All right, how to run an off-meta offense in Madden, a thread. I get talked about this, or I get asked this all the time, so I figured I'd make a video talking about it, and especially going off my thread, which got a lot of engagement, a lot of responses, so I want to kind of go more in-depth on this, guys. So, how to run an off-meta offense, all right? Number one, it needs to make sense, all right? Now, some of this stuff is going to be stuff that you guys don't want to hear. Now, mind you, everything I say here is with the intentions of winning as many Madden games as possible. If you're playing for fun or casually, a lot of these things, you know, take it with a grain of salt, right? So, it needs to make sense. When you're choosing a formation to run, do not shoot yourself in the foot. The formation you're choosing must give you some quantifiable advantage against the current defensive meta that other formations cannot give you, okay? If you are just running a formation for the sake of being different, and that's all the only thing that formation gives you, you are going to lose, okay? You're gonna lose a lot of games that you should not, actually. Like, games that you would win, but you want to be a jackass and run a formation that sucks because you want to be different, and you're gonna lose those games. For example, in Madden 22, I ran Gun Bunch Tight End as my primary offense. Now, I know what you're saying. Gun Bunch Tight End was not off meta. The fact of the matter is that I am the reason the bunch bomb that the bunch tight end bomb that you guys saw throughout the year that started in October. That was me. Some people were running bunch tight end as like a secondary offense inside of like Seahawks playbook and Raiders playbook. I was the only person to run it as my only formation throughout while I was playing competitively, and I was the only person to run it with Michael Vick. Now, the reason, this was not the normal competitive play, but the reason it made a lot of sense why I did this, okay? One, bunch tight end let me break nearly every contain in the game. This is pre-Escape Artist, okay? Remember, Escape Artist did not become a real thing in the game that people used a lot until Tim Tebow and Derrick Henry in around Christmas time in December, okay? So, bunch tight end let me break nearly every contain in the game, which gave me a huge advantage on offense. B, I found the best bomb in the game that was literally only available in bunch tight end at the time, and I still think it's the best bomb in the game, even though we're in the next August, all right? It was insane. C, Mike Vick was able to outrun defenders without Escape Artist and was able to make the throw to the bomb every single time. Running bunch tight end made offense way easier than any other formation I could have ran at that time. And I have 100, 1,000, 1,000,000% believe that as a 100 billion% fact. Okay, that is the fact of the matter, and that is why I ran it. Now, if I did not feel this way, right, then I would not have ran bunch tight end. That would have been dumb, right? It would have been really stupid. But it gave me a huge advantage on that current meta, all right? So number two, it has to be able to block things, all right? Nearly every year, there is a blitz that comes out, either a 4 or 5 man, that dumbs out your halfback, that your halfback will not block. It's a legacy issue in Madden. Just get used to it, right? You need to have a solution to play versus these blitzes. The common solution is blocking your tight end, ideally on the opposite side of your halfback. For example, the alignment of Gun Bunch. Rest in peace though, because they nerfed that tight end blocking Gun Bunch in that in that 2-point wide receiver stance. Another example would be gun doubles, where you have a halfback on the left, tight end on the right. That works, right? Number three, in that formation, you need routes. What I mean by that is you need a way to attack deep to both sidelines. Ideally, you'll have a stock deep corner and a stock deep crosser. In bunch, think about the crosser and Gun Bunch verticals and Z-spot from bunch, right? Ideally, you will also have a unique route of some kind that can add a wrinkle to the offense. Maybe a seam wheel, a return route, something like that, okay? In bunch tight end, a unique route would be that drag in PA boot over, actually, and that deep post. Both of those are kind of unique routes as they kind of hit the field a little bit differently and are utilized in a way that really no other formation can utilize that type of route, right? These routes cannot be hot routed, but they are a little different than big hitters like a deep corner. In trips tight end, the tight end deep corner, which I just said is different than deep corner, but the tight end deep corner, and in the tight end wheel in verticals, right? This wheel right here, this is a unique route. Not many formations have this type of route from the tight end, right? And then we go here. This route right here from the tight end, also unique route. Not many formations have this. Now, some years, this is actually a really good route. Some years, it's not really that good, but worth it. Worth noting. 4, you have to lab. Usually when you run off meta, there's going to be a lot less knowledge on your formation. This is really good for you. This is really bad for you. Opponents won't know what you're doing from it, but you also won't know everything that you can do from it either. I've seen a ton of times that I've overlooked a really small detail in one of my formations, only for that to become a huge addition to my scheme months later, and when it could have been helping me for the past couple months. The way you avoid this, or the way you it will never be inevitable, but the way you do this is by labbing and playing the game a ton in your formation and trying a lot of things out and seeing what a lot of the things are inside your formation that you could really do, right? You have to lab. And to kind of piggyback on that, number 5 is to find counters. You have to play games online, ideally versus good players, against friends that are good or anything, and write down what they're going to run versus you. A lot of times this will be meta. You need to find these solutions inside your offense to beat these. When I ran bunch tight end, people usually ran cover 2 or cover 4 against me. The play triple out bombed cover 2 and cover 4. This was something that I did not use at the beginning of the year, but once I started seeing that meta, I started trying this play, or I labbed this play against it, and this deep corner was literally a 60-yard bomb against it, okay? You need to have counters for the meta and what you're going to play against, okay? Number 6 is have a power play. This is basically a money play, for lack of a better word. This is a play that you can run versus almost any defense, any coverage, any set, and have a pretty high success rate, okay? PA boot over is an example, mesh spots an example, vertical is an example, PA counter go is an example. These really powerful money plays are very vital. Now, you can defend all of them. All of those plays I just listed that are power plays can be defended, but it takes a lot to defend them, and it opens up the rest of your offense. You need a play like this that can dominate, that you can come out and call against shitters. If you're playing a shitter, you should be able to call this play damn near every play, okay? PA boot over, I call that every play against a shitter. Against a good bad player, I couldn't. I could not call PA boot over every play. That's a fact. That is true, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? When you have that power play, you're able to build around it. That's a huge deal, all right? That was a super condensed, generalized basis of tips running off meta. Certain needs can change year to year, obviously, but I am a huge fan of running off meta. I love running my own stuff, and I've even produced ebooks on CivilGG breaking down all the ins and outs of doing so, right? And you see some of these. Introduction, we have blocking, unique routes, power play, run game, a quick snap play, which is really important. One play touchdown, I think, is so important. How to beat man, how to beat the meta, basic must-have plays, right? That's a lot of stuff that we kind of covered in here. I have that on CivilGG for people who want to build their own, kind of schemes, all right? And that's linked in the description below. Right now, I'm literally running a promotion on CivilGG, a pre-sale, which for this annual subscription, okay? It's $199 per year. It's 365 days of full access to everything I'm doing inside my ebook, inside my website. We have access to an ebook, or every ebook. We have CivU, which is a private live stream where I'm answering you guys' questions in real time, and you can watch the VODs back as well. We have a monthly $100 cash giveaway just for me to say thank you to you guys. A private Discord community, which is probably the most underrated thing in the freaking world, and maybe a hot blonde. I can't promise that, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna click on become a member here, all right? And you're gonna click on add coupon. The coupon's gonna be pre-sale, right? And that's gonna give you $30 off, essentially, all right? That's linked in the top of the description below. Go get that. That sale's not going to run forever. It actually ends in from time of recording on 8/16 in 10 days. Okay, this is the best thing you could do onto your Madden game to start winning more games. All right, fellas, I'll see you inside the Civ Wave. I'll see you in CivilGG, and I'll see you in the next video.